All right, so with standard algorithm, the mistakes that I see the most, you can sit there. The mistakes that I see the most are forgetting to drop your 0 when you're moving over in place value. That's the first thing. When you're regrouping, when you multiply and you're getting your number to put at the top, you're forgetting to add that when you multiply. That's another one. And then just basic math errors. You're maybe not adding correctly, or maybe your multiplication, when you're multiplying, you're just not saying the right fact, right? Because so those are the biggest mistakes. So if you are getting something wrong, I want you to go back and check those things first, right? Check to make sure you dropped your 0. Check to make sure you added that regrouped number. Those are the things that I need you to do. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to work this one through. When you're doing standard algorithm, you're always starting with the bottom place value, whatever is in the bottom. You're taking that ones and you're going to multiply every single number at the top, starting with your ones, and you're going to work as many as it is. Even if you had 15 numbers at the top, you start bottom ones, multiply with your ones, and continue over until you're done. All right, so let's do, what's 5 times 4?
20.
So I'm dropping my
0.
and carrying my
2.
What is 5 times 7?
35.
35 plus 2.
37.
So I have 37. So I'm going to write 37. I'm done with this 2 and I'm done with this 5, which means I'm dropping my 0. Okay, I've already added that 2 into here, so I don't need it anymore. All right, now I'm coming over in my place value into my tens place. So how many zeros is in a 10? 1 0, so I'm dropping my 1 0. If I was having 100 over here, if I was multiplying by the hundreds place, well, how many zeros would I have?
2.
2. Okay, so every time you move over a place value, you're adding your placeholder at the bottom. So what is 3 times 4?
12.
Dropping your
2.
Carry your 1. What's 3 times 7?
21.
21 plus 1.
22.
22. All right, now I'm done multiplying every single place value. What am I doing with what are these called?
Partial
And
product.
what do I do with partial products? I add them together. So 0 plus 0?
0.
7 plus 2?
9.
2 plus 3?
5.
And then 2 plus nothing?
2.
Excellent. So I had a couple of questions and I wanted to go ahead and review them while I've got this going, right? So look, if you are multiplying, say you have 92 times 30, where you're multiplying by multiples of 10. When you are doing this, you're going to drop this onto the bottom and put your other number at the top. And then, guys, just drop the 0, right? And then you're going to move over in place value, because the reason I say just drop your 0 and move over to your tens place is because anytime you multiply 0, what are you going to get?
0.
It doesn't matter what number you're multiplying, you're always going to have a 0. So you drop this place value, drop your 0, and then just move over. So what is 3 times 2? 3 times 2 is what?
6.
6, and then 3 times 9?
27.
27. So now you're done. You're not getting partial products, you're just dropping that 0 and you're going to multiply and you'll find your product. So that was the first question that I wanted to go over with you. Now, the second one. Well, what if you have this, where you're doing 800 times 54, where you're multiplying and you've got 2 zeros? Well, I've taught you guys to put the biggest number on the top when you're multiplying, right? And you put your smallest number on the bottom, right? So look, when you're doing that, you still have zeros. If you do your standard algorithm, you're still going to multiply. You're going to drop your 2 zeros, because what's 4 times 0? What's 4 times 0? 0. So you're going to drop your 2 zeros, and then what's 4 times 8?
32.
32. And then you're done with this 4, so you're going to drop your placeholder and move on. 5 times 0, 5 times 0. Well, how many zeros do you have?
2.
So look, 5 times 0, 5 times 0. Now 5 times 8.
40.
40. And then you're going to just add your partial products. Okay? 2 and 0, and then 3 and 0, and then 4. Now, there is another way to do this. And the other way would be, you take 54, which is my bottom factor, and you're just multiplying it by this 8, right? What's 8 times 4?
32.
Dropping your 2, carrying your 3. 8 times 5.
40.
Plus 3.
43.
43. Do you see the 432 here?
Yeah.
Okay, do you see that?
Yeah.
What are we forgetting at the back?
0.
2 zeros. So you take your 432 and you're just adding 2 zeros at the back. So there's 2 different ways to do it. Either whatever way works for you is fine for me, as long as you're showing me your work. Okay? It might just be easier to do standard algorithm and just keep on with that habit and that practice. But if you can do it like this, where you're just taking the 2 factors that you really need and then just popping your zeros at the back, that works too. All right? Sound good? Excellent. All right.